Well, Seth, I've been playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, which is out now on Nintendo Switch 2. My review is up on IGN.com, and I gave it an 8. Seth, I love this game.
Which is great.
It's great.
I'm excited because I generally don't like these kinds of games, but this one, there's something about it that is really appealing to me. So I'm excited to try it out, especially with, I value your opinion very highly. So, I am really excited to check this one out. How does it run? That's my first question. How does it run on the Nintendo Switch 2?
It's one of the best things about it. It runs almost locked 60. Like, it looks incredible. Yes. And the only times it ever really drops is like you've got 300 bokoblins on screen flying through the air as Zelda's light beams are tearing through all of them. And it's like, it stutters a little bit. They do smart things like super flashy effects have slow motion. So like you can't even tell there's anything wrong at all. Like it runs great. It's like, I'm over the moon with how well it runs. I think it's an awesome showcase for the Switch 2 so far. One of the best we've seen, especially like in contrast to Age of Calamity, which was a slideshow at times on Switch 1. Like that game was tough at times. So no, that's great. The gameplay overall is just fantastic. We both love Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom is my favorite Zelda of all time, and
it's one of my favorite game of all time.
Number one, but over Breath of the Wild. Okay, I know it bounces back and forth sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, let's just say they're both tied for the best games.
Yeah, the duology is number one. Yeah. Well, Tears is my number one, and part of the big reason why is just it's crazy like devices and mechanics and like recall, rewinding time and object, or all the crazy Zonai machines like the flame emitters and the cannons and the bombs and Ultra Hand, all these crazy things that Tears of the Kingdom tries and succeeds at. And Age of Calamity takes that stuff and lets you kill hundreds of bokoblins with them. Like every character can pull out a Zonai cannon and just unload this cannon into a horde of enemies. And just like Tears of the Kingdom, it has this battery power that's depleting that you have to manage, just like in Tears. Or Zelda's moveset, she sends out like these light arrows, and then if you hit X with the right timing, she calls them back. She recalls them back, and the screen goes black and white, and the arrows rewind and tear through those enemies again a second time on the way back through. So it's just like if you're a big Zelda fan and you love Tears of the Kingdom and just that motif and those vibes and those systems and items and visuals, this is just all of that in a fun theme park, go crazy. You're probably never going to lose a fight if you play on normal. But like, what's the next character going to do? Minoru is one of the best characters in this game because she, if you know Tears of the Kingdom, she's like a Zonai researcher. She's really good with the technology. She pilots a construct. And so in Age of Imprisonment, she's like summoning Zonai construct enemies to like fire arrows. She is using auto build on the fly to create like this giant 4-wheel monster truck that then just runs over a pile of enemies, and it's all seamless and instant and just so cool to see the movement and fluidity of these move sets that they've designed. I just totally love it, and I think if you're a Zelda super fan, that's something you'll really love about this.
Oh man, this takes place obviously when Zelda's like way back in time. But like where is the action taking place? Is it on Hyrule? Is it in like the below? Is it in the sky, or is it everywhere? Like where is this game taking? Oh, okay.
Yeah, all three. You can see a lot of Hyrule. You see a little bit of the depths and a little bit of the sky. Honestly, not as much as I kind of thought that there would be. They're both there, but their maps are much smaller than the Hyrule overworld map that we've seen before. Now this is the fourth game featuring it. Yeah, and Seth, you bring up, that's what I don't like about this game. Like I think this is the best Hyrule Warriors has ever felt to play. I really like the Hyrule Warriors series. That's a barrier to entry for a lot of people, because if you don't like just combat and story, no puzzles, no exploration, no nothing else, this series isn't for you. That's still true here. But I really dislike the story of this game. It is wildly disappointing to me because Nintendo has been promising this is going to be canon. This is the canonical events leading up to Tears of the Kingdom. They've said it over and over again. And that's technically true. It's not like Age of Calamity, which pulls these time travel shenanigans and launches itself into an alternate timeline, which is great, by the way. I think everyone's wrong about that doesn't like that. But Tears of the Kingdom basically is like, Seth, it's like if you watch Dragon Ball Z and then the anime goes off in a tangent for 6 episodes because they're catching up to the manga, and they do a filler arc that has no bearing on the main story. It doesn't matter whatsoever. It's with characters that aren't really actually in Tears of the Kingdom, that don't matter at all, that you'll never see again, and it focuses the story almost entirely on them.
So this is just a filler arc as far as the
like Ganondorf.
So this is 8 episodes of Goku running down Snake Way.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like we've seen in the trailers. I'm not going to give too much away. I'm going to talk about it a little bit because I think the marketing has been a little misleading for what this story is about. Yes, it's about the imprisoning war, and it's about Zelda and King Roru like trying to seal Ganondorf. All these events we see in Tears of the Kingdom, all that happens, but it's like not fleshed out at all. It completely takes like a back seat to the new fresh story they're telling, which is about Robot Link and his Korok companion. They're the main characters of this game. So this is not a Zelda story. It's essentially a Link story, which I just find frustrating. That this is a time.
Well, they've never done that before. So
I know, right? Like Link shouldn't be in this game, and he's not. It's this robot, and I call him Robot Link. That's not his name. It's just obviously what he is because he uses Link's moveset and has hair that looks like Link. The sages have names and faces and like the most surface level personalities now. But it's all just feels like it's here out of obligation. Like they don't dive deep into any of the lingering questions people had after Tears of the Kingdom. Like this is not, it's canon now. They're going to answer every lore question we have. It's canon, but it might as well not be because it doesn't really connect at all to Tears of the Kingdom. It's a huge disappointment to me.
But where does it fall in the timeline? That's what everybody really is going to be asking. That was a question.
It still exists in this imprisoning war time, but it's just like half of the cutscenes are on about this robot and the Korok, and it's fine. It's a perfectly fine story. Like it's not bad, but it's not what I think anybody comes to this wanting.
Yeah, no. I mean, I kind of famously say I don't really care about stories in video games as much as like I want a game to be just like fun to play. Like that's the most critical thing to me. That's why I kind of fall off a lot of like PlayStation exclusives because it's like whatever. But Tears of the Kingdom, I thought had like, for me personally, the exact perfect story, the way that it played out. It was such a delight to see that resolution of the story after I beat it. Like I didn't want to beat the game. I never wanted it to end. I just always, but for the purposes of the show, I did. And then I was really satisfied. So yeah, that's a bummer that it doesn't sort of flesh out I don't know. Do you have a theory as to why they went this direction? Do you think it was just they were too afraid to kind of mess with the story, or?
Yeah, I do have a theory. I think it's really hard to tell a prequel story to a game whose, I guess, predecessor. That story takes place entirely in the past. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom's cutscenes tell the story of their own prequel. Like you already know what happens. So Imprisonment and Calamity have each had a different answer to how to deal with that. Calamity's answer is, we're going to tell an alternate timeline story. People did not like that. I did. No. Most didn't. So Age of Imprisonment's answer is, we'll tell the canon prequel story people care about, but we're going to glue on this filler story that gets most of the focus, that doesn't technically break the terms of canon, but we can still surprise you with what happens in it because it's not something that Tears of the Kingdom already covered. I feel like that's why they did it, but it just doesn't really work for me here.
That's a bummer. I mean, but otherwise, like, obviously it's a great game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the thing. Like, I also care far more about gameplay than about story, which is why, like, if this game had a great story that I loved, I would and answered more and had more Ganondorf because he's barely in this game at all. This is a 9 for me. Like, Age of Calamity also got a 9 on IGN. Like, that's why this is a step below. When the gameplay is the best it's ever been in this series, but yeah, the story is it's a big bummer. So I think a lot of Zelda fans out there are looking forward to this as we're finally going to learn more about all these things. You aren't. Yeah. So just go in with that expectation.
Oh, such a bummer. Man. Also, we gave Age of Calamity a 9?
Yeah, we did. Mm-hmm.
That was a very 7 game for me, but...
I agree with the 9. I love that game so much.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I can
Everybody's got different opinions. That's why that's why reviews are just that. So
yeah. I can see the Warriors series just feeling like 7s to people.
When is coming out? The 14th? When is this game drop?
It's out now. It's out as you're listening to this. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm on a Nintendo podcast. I should.
that's all right. There's a lot coming out right now. It's hard to keep track, but it's out.
It is.
And we held our review, Seth. This was kind of the weird of all this because Nintendo had a very strict embargo where they basically told us, you are not allowed to talk about the story. You are not allowed to show cutscenes. You are not allowed to. And so Tom Marks and I decided to hold the review until launch so we could talk about it. Because like I said, it's my biggest hang up with the game. And we weren't going to publish a review that didn't talk about that stuff that they didn't want us to talk about.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's like, I think how it should be done. There's the idea that like, oh, you need to get it out first and then people will be mad if it is late. But like that's a legitimate reason to hold a review. If they're not allowing you to talk about the part of the game that you don't even like that's a bit of a bummer. But
yeah, but it's really fun. Like I love just how much reverence it has for Tears of the Kingdom. Like, you know, the giant cube flux construct guys that walk around.
Oh, I love those guys.
They still have like that weak point that if you shoot it with a projectile, they just crumble into the pile of cubes. Like anything you think should happen based on your time in Tears of the Kingdom will happen in this gameplay, which is just, it's such cool connective threads that you can see the effort they went through to like be faithful to that source material in all of its systems, which is super neat.
Nice. I'm actually pretty excited to play this now after hearing all of the like just the gameplay fun of it. Like, and yeah, it'd be nice to you know what's gonna end up happening? I'm gonna play this for an hour and then I'm just gonna start playing Tears of the Kingdom again, which is fine. That's fine by me. But yeah, this is great.
It did make me want to go back to Tears for sure. But yeah.
Sometimes I'll hear just like a sound effect from Tears of Breath. And then I'm instantly like, maybe I should replay those games. And you know, I did before Tears of the Kingdom came out. I put up 46 hours into Breath of the Wild because I was fired up for more Zelda.
Cool. Yeah, it's just such a big undertaking to replay those games to their fullest. They're so huge. Yeah, and this game's about 17 hours, 17 to 20 to beat the main story, and then probably 20 to 30 more hours after that of stuff to do.
Lot more than I was expecting this to be like an 8 to 10 hour game with
it's beefy.
Extras.
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
It's crazy.
So yeah, that's Age of Imprisonment. It's a great game, disappointing story, but who knows? Maybe you'll like this side story more than I did. I just didn't want a side story. Go check out my review up on IGN. Let's hit the news, Seth. I want to hear your thoughts on this new Animal Crossing New Horizons free update and Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
Ooh, man, they weren't going to do that. They were done updating this game.
Were done.
And I think this is just bad news for anybody who's hoping for a new Animal Crossing game. I think this is maybe a stopgap measure to kind of hold us over. But yeah, it's going to, I mean, like, look, everybody in the entire world has played Animal Crossing, New Horizons. And so I think I'm excited to have an excuse to go back. I've tried to go back to it and it's just, the magic is gone, but I think what we got, so obviously there's the paid upgrade, the $5 upgrade, which is like new visuals, but then you get the free upgrade, the free, not upgrade, but
update.
3.0 update. Thank you. Which is, you get a new resort. You get like 12 people can come to your island now. And
that's part of the Switch 2 upgrade.
Oh, that's part of the
12
Switch
people.
Thing. I see.
Yeah. Anything that's like content is in the free update, which is coming to both Switch 1 and Switch 2 on January 15th. That's the hotel you mentioned. That's more storage. That's cleaning up your island. It's this dream slumber islands that you can build with your friends.
Yes.
It's amiibo stuff. It's Nintendo consoles, which we're both very excited about.
I've seen people complaining like, oh my, we already pay for these games. And it's like, I don't care. I think it's charming to like boot up Animal Crossing, go sit at my Animal Crossing house in my Nintendo themed living room and play Nintendo games that I already have on Nintendo Switch Online. I think that's great. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to decorating with like an Ultra Hand and a Virtual Boy and a Famicom and making a Lego house. And but I think it's neat. I want to play Nintendo games in the game. I want some Inception level stuff going on here.
Like what you've seen so far, you could get over an hour more every week. Catch full episodes of Nintendo Voice Chat over on the IGN Games YouTube channel or on your favorite podcast service. Links are in the description. We hope to see you there. Yeah, I think that I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure the trailer implies that it's one select game per console. So like the only NES game you can play in your house is Ice Climber. It's like, what? Why is it like that? Why can't you just boot up the app from Animal Crossing?
Oh, come on now. So that we already know it's like you get to play that and Dr. Mario and
Pretty
who knows
much.
what else.
Yeah. I think this update is great. I think it is surprising, like you said. They said they were done. They said the last free update, but Switch 2 has thrown that stuff out the window. Like they're going back and making new content for stuff they did say they were done with, and this is another one of them. And for me, I've always preferred New Leaf to New Horizons, but that's probably going to change because a big reason why is I love collecting Nintendo items, both in real life and in Animal Crossing, and New Horizons had none. It didn't have any of that, and now it does, and it has Amiibo, and you can scan in Minoru and Tulin and have them move in as villagers to your island, and Splatoon items and a big man bench from Splatoon 3. Like this looks like a really, really great update.
Yeah, I'm really looking. I mean, for $5, it's like a no-brainer that I'm going to upgrade. That being said, why did they? Why not just give us the upgrade? Just give us the upgrade. Come on now. But I mean, this is one of the best-selling Switch games out there, so I think it makes sense that the Nintendo Switch 2 is taking off, and it's gonna, $5 people aren't really gonna blink at. They're not gonna think twice about spending $5 to get all these new, better features. The 4K being in the 60 FPS being probably the most notable of them all. And now I've just talked myself into being a victim of Nintendo's predatory consumer practices by selling me the same thing or things I don't need over and over again. I'll do it. Why not? Let's go.
Yeah, I don't actually think it is 60 FPS. I think it's just a resolution bump.
Oh, really?
A little bit of a bummer, but yeah, it is the resolution bump. You don't super need it for Animal Crossing. Still wish it was there.
I don't know.
Yeah. But I think, you mentioned the $5. Why are they charging? I agree. It's like so inoffensive enough that you can't get too mad at it, but it's 4K visuals, it's mouse controls. Like these are things they've been giving to other games for free. Like the 2D Zelda's got a big upgrade, or like Mario Odyssey got a big one, and Game Builder Garage has like Joy-Con 2 mouse support, and these were all free.
Yeah.
The content of this stuff, there was enough in the free update. They could have charged you $20 and said this is new DLC.
Oh,
so it's great they're not doing that, but it is the route they did go is funky. It's like now this is the first Switch 2 edition to cost $5 instead of $10 or $20, which we've seen before.
You know what I would like them to do? Release a Nintendo mouse. I know that the Joy-Con 2 are like mouse controls, but like how about this? Give us an Animal Crossing wireless mouse when this comes out, because I love the mouse controls, but I don't really like the Joy-Con. And I know you can use other wireless mouse configurations, but still, I would love to have a Nintendo one. That'd be so wonderful.
Yeah, that'd be great. I got to ask Seth, I can go two ways on what this means for the future of Animal Crossing. I could see this means we're 3 years away from the next Animal Crossing, so this is to tide you over. Or I could see we have an Animal Crossing coming in 2027 in a year and a half, and this is to reignite interest, like how we saw Donkey Kong Country Returns HD like 3 months before Bonanza was revealed. So which way do you lean?
Oh, I hadn't considered that possibility at all. I immediately was like, well, sorry, folks. It's going to be a long time before we see an Animal Crossing. But yeah, now that you say that, I'm like, oh, maybe this is just them getting their sort of like, bearings on how to do it in 4K and what that's going to mean on Switch 2. So, God, now I don't know. When this came out 2020, right?
Yep. So almost 6 years ago.
That's why everybody played it, because we had no choice. Yeah, I think you might be right. I think we might be close, and this is just sort of a proof of concept and to get people excited again. And I don't think it's hard to get people excited about Animal Crossing. Like, so many non-gamers I know bought a Nintendo Switch or a Nintendo Switch Lite and just only played, Animal Crossing, 2,000 hours of Animal Crossing, and they maybe haven't gone back, and maybe they'll hear about this and go back again.
Yeah. I presented the two theories. I think I still lean a little towards we're 3 years out. I think that like Nintendo sees this as franchise care. They see it as a box on a shelf that says Switch 2, that says Animal Crossing, and they say we're good for a while. I think that we're still a few years away, because Animal Crossing and Splatoon are still made by like really largely shared teams, not entirely, but very large. We know they're making Splatoon Raiders right now. I think that comes out maybe a Splatoon 4 Animal Crossing like a couple years after. I think this is like tide people over, get people back in, make a few $1 million by charging $5 for a Switch upgrade fee, and call it there.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I mean, you're probably right, which is a bummer, but like 8 years between, or, 5 years between Animal. It's not like Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, these are reasonably, I don't want to diminish what they're doing because it is so much to do, but as far as assets and
it's not
things
GTA.
like that, it's not GTA 6. Yeah. That's a bummer.
So we'll see. We'll have more to say when we have some bigger Animal Crossing fans on the show in the next couple of weeks. How much did you play in New Horizons, Seth, originally?
Many hours.
Yeah. Thanks for watching Nintendo Voice Chat, but this was just a clip. Click the NVC playlist right now to find new weekly episodes and the best from our backlog. Come hang out with NVC every Friday.